Good morning, everybody. This Hangout on Air is live. It is Saturday morning, July 14th, 2018, and happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Well, I had a fun night last night, Missy Jen, making a pecan coffee cake, and I think it turned out so good. It kind of met a little bit of, what would you say? It's it's not a whole cake this morning.
Something happened to it.
Looks like the mice got to it overnight, huh?
Big mice.
I could not resist, guys. Look at that. Uber Goober. Good morning, sweet
Good
lady.
morning, Uber Goober.
Uber Goober, have you ever made something in your kitchen and you were going to have it the next day, and then overnight, mysteriously, the cake thief fairies showed up and just took a big hunk of your cake? Well, let's turn it around the beauty side here. So there it is. We got our beautiful pecan coffee ring. Thank you, honey. Nice to see you today. Hope you're doing great. It was a lot of fun to make last night. And hey, Johnny P, good morning to you. A lot of fun last night making this, and I'm still very much enjoying the Friday night baking. How's that smell, Missy Jen? Huh? Got that?
Smells good.
Turned out pretty good.
I remember last night the house was smelling really
Yeah, the house
good.
had that cinnamon, brown sugar, that smell in there. So I'm spilling coffee all over. Let me clean that up real quick. Yeah, hey Renee, good morning to you. Yeah, it turned out good. What's nice about that is that this is a coffee cake that after this morning we'll refrigerate that because it has sour cream in it. And I didn't want to do that overnight. Let that just kind of settle and contract once you take a cake out of the oven. Of course, when it cools, it contracts some and it sets and it's easier to lift.
Hi,
hey, B-Mac, nice to see you, sweetie.
Morning, Renee.
Hope you're doing well, Renee. So, I guess the most expensive, it's crazy what they get for nuts these days. That little package I got from the Mexican grocery store was almost $7 for that little.
Nuts are crazy expensive.
Crazy nuts.
I love nuts, and especially the unsalted ones, which are healthy. When you want to buy them in a container, it's just crazy, $14, $15. And it's like, I pass. I just go hungry.
The thing is, I'm the opposite. See, I rarely eat raw nuts. I like to eat nuts that are at least have some measure of processing to them. And if you're going to bake any kind of cake that has nuts in it, walnut pound cake, pistachio pound cake, pecan coffee ring, anything like that, you want, even a pecan cheesecake, you want to make very sure. Hey,
good morning, Wuggy.
We got Whiskey OG in the house. Morning, Whiskey. It was a lot of fun with Whiskey on last night, but you want to make very sure don't bake with the raw nuts because you're throwing your money away. There's no intensification of flavor. Imagine if a good comparison would be, imagine, Missy Jen, if you made coffee from raw coffee beans instead of roasting them and processing. What would be the difference in flavor if you didn't roast coffee beans?
It's true, yeah. For baking purposes, definitely the flavor is much more intense when you roast the...
Well, the answer is, of course, you wouldn't even make coffee unless the beans were roasted. The same sort of theory applies to the nuts. You roast peanuts, you dip your pistachio nuts, and pecans, they should all have a little bit of heat put to them because the heat really brings the flavor out of them. So if you're baking and you're paying all this money for almonds or pecans and all sort of macadamia nuts, you want to make sure that you, like I always do, the first thing I do when I'm going to make a cake is I get the pan out, I get some butter, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and I throw the nuts into that, and I kind of caramelize them, and it really intensifies the flavor there. Makes it very, very good. It gives a little more crunch to it and a little more of the authentic flavor that you want, just like roasting coffee beans. So. The other thing to remember on this is the other big mistake people do when they do home baking is they don't properly cream the butter and sugar together. When you're doing that, they use butter that's way too hard, and they don't allow that to soften up beforehand at room temperature for about an hour before you put that in with your sugars to beat that. What that does is it gets the granularity, those little grains of sugar start to melt a little bit into the butter, and it makes a much fluffier and a much more uniform cake. So, yeah, so I think in a minute we'll go ahead and cut a piece of that. So I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. We got a rare bit of overcast here this morning, 9:14 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I think I'll go ahead and cut this now once again to give you guys a look at that. See how that looks. You'll notice that the cake fairies struck overnight and took a big chunk out of the cake. But turned out really good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece for Missy Jen here. Sip my coffee cup.
What are you all doing today? Let's see. Some of you are in Australia. Is it daytime, nighttime?
Nighttime.
Nighttime.
Okay, Missy Jen.
And you're all getting ready to sleep, eh?
There you go. Sit your coffee down and try a piece of that. I love pecan, brown sugar, and cinnamon. So we'll let Missy Jen get a piece of that. I was telling Uber Goober lady at the beginning, it's strange how the cake fairies strike overnight. I was so fucking hungry, man. We have Friday night restaurant reviews are coming up. Hey, Mr. X-Man, nice to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I'd like to come on Saturday mornings. Whenever I bake on Fridays, I like to come on and do that. Now, next Friday is going to be a little special. We're going to be deep sea fishing. But we may live stream Friday night. We should be theoretically processing a lot of fish there. So we might run a live stream and hang out when we're all back from fishing and getting ready to do our thing. Bobby is away on his Boy Scout reunion. I don't know how many years, 50 years or whatever. They've been doing that.
51 now,
yeah,
I think.
I don't know. It's been a hell of a lot of years. So
awesome. Yeah.
We'll see him Friday night.
Yep, Friday he'll be back.
So we'll be fishing for salmon. We'll be offshore. We'll be offshore on Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. So the boss will be coming up Thursday night, getting away early.
Nice end of coffee.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. Nice to see you. Beautiful. Good morning to you. Got the lovely Linda Francine in the house. I'm looking forward to that. Our November trip was a raging success, wasn't it, Jen? With all the crabs and fish that
it was.
We caught our limit. Hey, Spirit.
Hi, Spirit. Hi, Linda. Hi, Diane.
We caught our limit of cod on that trip, and we got 10 Dungeness crabs each. And I'll tell you what, that was a real trip. But that was a costly trip, that first trip, because first time you go out on a party boat and you're not familiar, you should use their gear, you buy all their stuff, but by the time you're done all that, you paid a fortune. But it worked out okay. Yeah, the cod was great. So this time we have our own gear, we have our own lures, we have everything we need. I think we're going to be trolling for salmon, so it's going to be interesting to see how we do.
The cake is delicious.
Oh yeah, how are you enjoying the cake?
It's really nice, sweet flavor, pecan flavor, coffee flavor.
Or brown sugar on top.
It's very nice consistency. It's really delicious.
Now you can slice this and also put a little bit of butter on it. That's what makes a coffee cake. A lot of times people will grab a little butter and pop it on top of it for a morning coffee. Yeah, thank you, Spirits. That nice tan. And it's actually much darker than it appears on camera too. Jen's like, I got to keep you inside the house. You're changing races.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lock her in the cage in the garage.
Good morning, Key Lime. Nice to see you, sweetie. I appreciated you being around last night. Good morning, Diane. Nice to see you too. I don't know how I missed you on there. Fun to have Diane and Key Lime and some other people on here last night. Always makes it a lot of fun when my crew is there enjoying the baking. I know it's a late night because it starts at 9 o'clock on the West Coast. But yeah, it turned out really great. There it is. It's already been under severe attack though. Last night I couldn't resist trying a piece of that. So Jen's working on a piece of that now. Enjoying that.
It's very good.
Okay, so we got something nice to.
I haven't finished this piece, and I'm already looking forward for another piece.
All right, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Show it again. You know the problem, Spirit, is Charlotte. By the time I'm done showing, there's not going to be anything left.
Hey, Molly, darling.
There's going to be nothing left of the cake. All pecans and brown sugar, cinnamon on top. Oh boy! I hope our sound's not gone. Is our sound gone? Should be okay. It's back. Okay, thank you. I don't know. So. Morning, Keith. Nice to see you.
Hello, Adriana.
We got Adriana says hi. Rosie and Jen, new here, but been subbed a while and finally caught you live. I wanted to say hello.
You have a nice weekend as well.
Thank you, Adriana. Very sweet of you. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. And I've got Molly Dolly. And we got the one and the only uber goober lady who has fantastic streams. We watched a little bit of Paula last night, and the I'm going to call the paranormal pretty interesting.
Yeah, we were calling in an airstrike here.
Yeah, we're getting ready to call in a voodoo airstrike. Cupcake Zinger. Good morning, honey. Good morning, Drew. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Cupcake.
I know I've been kind of AWOL for a bit, but I can tell you this. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up button. I can tell you this, Yeah, hit that thumbs up button. We've not wasted the time off, have I, Jen? I mean, it's been incredible. The things, the things that we got accomplished around here. It seems like 10 years ago, Jen, but starting with repainting the hallway and framing out, finally putting trim around the doors and changing, doing a color scheme and going into the hallway and trimming the doors there. And then I can't remember all this, cleaning the shine shack and getting that all cleaned up.
The blinds and shine shack.
Putting new blinds in. Hey, Maddie. Nice to see you. Putting blinds in the shine shack, and then of course redoing the gutters and
clean the gutters, repaint the gutters.
Now the bad news on the gutter job is we have severe blockage. There's so many years of accumulated crap went down the downspouts, so we've got to actually snake them out and clear them out, or our gutters will be useless because they'll just be overflowing. Yeah, Rugel is it's like a Jewish coffee cake. Yeah, we've been busy little beavers. Yeah, I've been staying on top of you too, Cupcake, putting up some nice stuff from some of your eats and things. Oh, the peaches peaches were good. This was a very light year for our stone fruit, but my goodness, that they were rugulash. They were delicious. Just unbelievably good. Next year is going to be I would say, a very heavy year. We're going to have a little more conscientious spraying program, so we don't have that destructive peach leaf curl come through.
That big tree is going to be cut down severely over that orchard.
Yeah, there'll be some more pruning to be done, but it's going to be a great year. We got a lot of citrus that'll be coming off harvest, Jen.
So the orchard will get a lot more sunlight.
We'll have I don't know, 6 or 7 varieties of citrus fruit out there, hoping to get some Seville sour oranges, which are exactly the kind you need to make British marmalade, orange marmalade. So it can be interesting. All right. Here's some more.
Yeah, I'll have another piece if you have another, please.
This is not the kind of coffee cake that lasts too long. There you go.
Thank you, honey.
All right. Good. Ravenstein apples will be harvesting in another week or so. Yeah, Linda's like, I could eat half that. Teddy Two Shoes, nice to see you. I will be making I'll probably not this weekend, because I'm not going to do Friday night baking because the boss is coming over. We'll be sharing our fishing haul and doing a live stream Friday night on that. If I can get a signal, I may live stream from the fishing boat out there, which would be kind of interesting. I don't know if anybody's live stream from out deep sea fishing. I'm going to send you P. Absolutely, Spirit of Salt, no problem. Yeah, we're going to go by today. We're going to go by today round eye, and we're going to do a video on that. We're going to get our press passes on.
What happened there?
They're parking a lot of RVs there overnight on Corporate Circle over there, and they're starting to have some friction with the neighbors. I think we'll stop down there today and do a bit of a video. They have an enormous office building that started out as Nokia, oh God, 15, 18 years ago. And I don't know what it became. Yeah, I know you've been telling me about it, Round Eye. I know, but I've got a lot on the plate here and stuff. I mean, these people, in Santa Rosa, you're allowed to park 72 hours before you have to move your vehicle. So, yeah, more Star Reporter material. I know you don't need a press pass to go there, but a press pass gets you talking to people sometimes, so that's a nice thing. I think after I clean up some, we might go to yeah, Cupcake said, can I expect a Gravenstein apple crisp in my future? I think you can, or at least an apple pie. Yeah, Gravenstein's a very good apple. Yeah, it looks official to people. It is actually official. It's a legitimate issued press pass, and it's been highly beneficial to us. You know, when they were clearing the FEMA camp, I was able to get in behind the lines and get in there. So I'm going to do a few things today. I have to say I'm certainly enjoying it. I think Missy Jen is all this time we've had to ourselves. Well, worth doing. Missy Jen gives that the official thumbs up there.
Thumbs up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying though about the nuts, right? When you taste those nuts, you really know that you had a flavor explosion in your mouth. And that's what you want. If you're gonna everything that I make, I want to make damn sure that it leaves a memory in your mouth. If you want to try adding cranberries to the apple pie, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Cran apple, huh? Yeah, I think we'll look around a couple places. We'll give the whole lowdown on where all the, I think we'll drive around, Jen, and get the whole, some places I won't go into on foot anymore because these people think that they own it. They think they own the streets, but we'll go through and roll the camera. Maybe get caught up on where everybody went and all that.
Yeah, without a taser or anything, some areas you can't even go anymore because they'll stab you or something. Wasn't that incident with the stabbing there at the
that was on the trail.
On the trail, yeah.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and get our day underway. Cupcake, Round Eye, Linda, Diane, everybody, Uber Goober, everybody. Key Lime that stopped by this morning. If I missed your name, it's not because I don't love you, it's because I'm stupid. So there you go. And I'm old and my memory's fading. As you guys know. Anyway, love to you all. Thank you for being with us this morning. And yeah, we'll see you on another stream. May do one tomorrow afternoon, a little outdoor stream. We will see. Thank you so much, everybody. And for those of you that were there last night, a double thank you to you. Your thumbs up are appreciated. Y'all have a wonderful day.